Hello, welcome back to HunterTuned. Today we are going to be putting some new injectors in the Mustang. So as you guys know, I've been running the 2200s in the Mustang all last year and all this year, and they've been doing great other than a few minor little hiccups like we recently started having. The injectors, we did have two of them that had a slight bit of issue that would kind of come and go, which was weird. So I don't know if it was a clogged injector issue or if it was like an internal solenoid of the injector issue, like something inside of the injector electrically was going bad, because like I said, I haven't really had any issues with gumming up the injectors before. I was running a set of decaps from my website, HunterTuned.com. In this car, we went 990 with E85 and a set of normal stock truck injectors, and we did go 920 with those Snake Eater 2200s. I kind of wanted a middle of the road injector. I didn't really need the 2200s. 2200s are nice, but they're kind of overkill for the amount of power that my car is making. Eventually I'll probably park this thing around 1,000 horsepower or be able to make 1,000 horsepower. I don't really plan on going more than that with the car at this time, at least like any time in the future. I want to say probably next year, maybe 2 years from now, maybe we'll be more than that. But for now, I kind of want the car to street drive a little bit better, and I want it to just run a little bit better. And I was talking to Brad from Snake Eater. He was so awesome, and I can't thank him enough for just being so awesome. I had issues with his injectors running E85 with no like pump gas cleansing at all. Those injectors lived on E85 their whole life through the middle of winter with negative 50-degree temperatures, and the car still, I would still pound E85 through it in like sub-zero temperatures. And like I said, never had issues, but I think maybe they just started getting weak over time or some issue. But I reached out to Brad at Snake Eater, and his customer service is, you can't beat it. Best pricing on the market and best customer service on the market by far, I think. So he actually did something awesome for me and sent me out a set of Snake Eater 1500s. These are like the best bang for the buck injector out right now, and a lot of guys are running these Snake Eater 1500s. So he sent these out to me along with a sticker and a flow sheet. So I got these in the mail the other day, and I want to throw them in the car. They're pretty much the same exact thing as the 2200s. They just don't flow quite as much. But he did actually recently hire a guy to get injector data. I know back in the day when I did order those 2200s, I did not receive a flow sheet like this or injector data. So we now will have proper injector data to punch into the computer. So I think these will run a lot smoother, because the 2200s I had in there before would kind of just, I don't think I had the right injector data inputted into the computer. So at cruise and stuff like that, or light load, it would constantly kind of just like buck back and forth, which wasn't really a big deal because I don't really street drive the car. But I'm probably going to be street driving it a little bit more now because I have the 1500s, and I should be able to get it run a little bit smoother. So without further ado, I'm going to install these into the Mustang and bring you guys along for the ride. And like I said, guys, this is just awesome. I think Matt Happel from Sloppy was saying something about him hiring a guy, or he's got some fancier machine now where he can actually get the actual data. So we have all this pulse width information and injector duty versus flow, all the graphs here, everything, and maximum flow rating here. So at 100% duty cycle, we are flowing 1500 cc's, and yeah, that's awesome. And that's at 43 psi of fuel pressure, which is what my car is actually set at right now. I actually lowered the pressure on this car down to 43 to try to get the 2200s to run a little bit better. I was thinking I was maybe over pressurizing them, and I couldn't turn them down low enough. Couldn't turn the duty cycle low enough to get them to, like, you know, work at such a light load. So like I said, I'm just hoping that these things run a little bit better. As I was saying, they are the same exact thing, the same exact connector, same O-ring size. They'll plug right into my setup I have currently. So yeah, anyways, we are going to grab 4 of these and install them into the car. And I think these injectors are like 50 bucks a piece. So if you wanted a set of 8, I think you'd spend, what would that be with math terms? 400 bucks for a set of 8 1500 cc injectors that have been proven on multiple setups. If you guys don't follow Snake Eater, Performance on Instagram. Go check him out because he posts all the time customer cars that are just flying. There's a lot of guys going really fast, reliably with these injectors. So like I said, go check him out, Snake Eater Performance on Instagram. And I don't know if he has any other social medias, but I know he has an Instagram. So go give him a follow, go give him a like, send him, or tell HunterTuned, or fuck, I can't do this advertising shit. Go tell Snake Eater HunterTuned sent you, and like I said, thanks again. We currently have this thing all torn down. We currently have it all torn down, and I just have the fuel rails lifted up so I could sneak the other injectors out of there. So to put the new ones in is just going to be, you know, pretty much just putting them in. I usually put a little bit of grease on the O-rings when I install them. So these ones actually have a little bit of fluid residual grease on them, so that's actually a good thing. I don't have to grease them, or I don't think it'll be needed. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push them into the intake manifold first. So like there's a little hole down in there where the base of the injector sits. All right, guys, so a little interruption here and there. I had to do some things, run a couple places, but I did get the Snake Eater 1500s installed into the car here, and just got the car filled up with transmission fluid, and I skipped ahead a few steps. I actually had to shim the fuel rails on this thing. I had to shim the rails up like, I don't know, a 1/4 inch, which is weird because Snake Eater had told me that these injectors are the same exact body length, everything, as the old 2200s I had in the car. Now, I don't know what the difference is, or maybe the injectors that I had just absolutely sucked. I'm all for Snake Eater Performance, guys, and do not let this steer you away at all. But the 210s, I had the Venom Series 210s in here, and they sucked. Like, now having a good injector in the car is absolutely insane how well the car runs. This car has never tuned this good, and I've just idled it here in the shop for like, I don't know, 10 minutes. And I just played with a few things, adjusted a couple spots on the VE table, and like it does exactly what I tell it to do. It starts better, it sounds better, it has better throttle response. It is better everywhere with these Snake Eater 1500s. I got those 2200s from Snake Eater about 1.5 years ago. And I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, it's a big injector, you know, it's just going to run stumbly. But man, I tuned that T-type Regal a week ago or whatever. That white Buick Regal that was in the shop had same ECU, same everything. Literally the only difference with his car was he had Bosch 210s in his car, and his car legit cruised like my Silverado outside. Like it literally cruised like a factory car. My Mustang has never cruised like that ever. It was always, the air fuel would always bob around and like it would misfire and shit. Like it would just run like crap. And I'm not thinking that it was the injectors themselves or the data. I don't know what it was, but all I can say is Snake Eater, I think, discontinued selling the 2200s a little while after I picked up my set. But these 1500s literally run so good, guys. Like, I'm so excited now to be able to actually tune my car that honestly, I'm like lost for words. My car's never ran this smooth. Literally never ran this smooth. I'm very happy with Snake Eater and these injectors. Like, it's just insane how well they run. All I did in the tune-up was I went in to the required fuel and I changed the injector size from 2200 to 1500. Literally, that's all I did. Cranked it up, fired it up, played with a little bit on the VE table just to get it to smoothen out. And I actually had to turn my idle down because the car idles better. Like, it idles higher. Beforehand, I had to have the airflow, the throttle stopper way up to get the car to idle. And when it would idle, it would always run like, and I'm like, oh man, my cam just chops like a bitch. You know, it runs like a hot rod. But now, it runs like a Silverado. Like, it runs like a fucking tailpipe pickup truck. It's crazy. It is crazy how well this thing runs, guys. I'm just going to keep saying that because I'm dumbfounded on how good this thing runs. So, I'm actually going to take it on the road just to verify. I already know it's going to cruise like a factory car again, which just makes me so happy. It makes me actually want to do drag week in this car now, because before I was like, I don't know if I really want to cruise it that far, because like I said, it just kind of ran weird. So fucking smooth, guys. And that's on a startup. Like, you can't even barely tell this car has a cam. And that's at a lean idle right now. It's also never been able to idle this lean without misfiring. That's another sign that it's a good injector. If you can run it leaner without it misfiring, it's a good sign. So I have to put some fuel in it here, but once it warms up, it'll richen back up. But anyways. So smooth. So smooth at a 17.5 air fuel. Insane how smooth this runs, guys. Honestly, I'm a little salty. My car's never ran this good before. Like, their fuel is so steady for a goddamn turbo big cam V8 American Bald Eagle Ripper. This is how it should have been for the last year. I've had the gold box. I used to always blame my unsteady air fuel with the frickin' micro squirt when I had it. But now I know that it was the injectors the whole time. So these Snake Eater 1500s, guys, you better go pick them up, because, man, it is the best bang for the buck. If you could find an injector that runs this good for that cheap, I'll give you money. Unless it's my injectors, but my injectors don't flow this much. So if you want to make 1200 horsepower, this is how you do it with these injectors right here. Oh my Lanta, seriously, I can't get over it. It's just like driving my pickup truck. I keep saying that. My pickup truck has decapped injectors. Alright guys, so now that the Mustang is running good, we're gonna just wait for some good weather, and when I have some time, we're gonna go out and street tune this thing. But we did just get another car in the shop that I'm working on, and me and Christian had spent the whole day today. It's actually the next day, since yesterday I filmed all that stuff with the Mustang.
I was in Michigan.
Christian was in Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan.
Michigan.
Pure Michigan?
Pure Michigan.
The UP.
Yeah.
Up there.
Oh yeah, up there.
Yeah.
I was saying that a lot. Everyone is looking at me all fucking weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You like walk, you can, like, okay, you're Wisconsin.
Right. Okay.
And I'm Michigan.
Right.
Hey, come here, buddy. I got a joint.
Right. Right. And that's exactly how it is. So literally, this line, you go from misdemeanor of having an ounce to perfectly legal.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. But in Michigan, they just banned e-juice flavors.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't go buy flavored e-liquid anymore.
Right. Like
for like e-cigs.
Right. Like killer custard and stuff like that. Any sort of flavor besides like tobacco and mint.
Right.
Like any variation of mint.
Yeah.
I was talking to a guy there, and then he was like, "Oh, come outside," and he lights up a joint. And I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever."
Yeah, it's just kind of weird.
Right. In here, like, we don't just have that luxury of being able to smoke weed legally, so it's really nice there.
Yeah. Don't gotta worry about nothing, right?
Right. No, it was super cool. We were up hunting.
Deer hunting.
How do you do?
So yeah, anyways, I actually bought a bunch of stuff to make my own e-cig juice. I actually used to have a vape store a long time ago. Yeah, me and Christian actually met at my store when I was open for business.
And then you hated me.
Whatever, and then we became friends. So anyways, I used to make juice for my store when I had it, and I recently just kind of quit making juice. And I've been thinking about just making it again, and, you know, whatever, just because, I don't know. You never know what's going to happen with the whole vape shit. Just kidding. So anyways, we got this B16 EF in here right now. Actually, no, this is an LS VTEC, like built up LS VTEC. Rod piston, Pro 1 cam. Cool, super cool car. we're going to be getting this thing dialed in tomorrow. I got to swap the injectors out on it because it's got some cheaper Osta Tiger injectors, like old school injectors. And I feel like I don't want to run those. I don't trust them. We're going to try to find some other injector for him and then do some other tidying up at this car. And then after that, we're going to be doing some more street tuning with this thing. Should make some good jam. So stay tuned. That'll probably be tomorrow's video. And whenever I get some damn time, I want to put my purple car together. I have everything here to do it. Like, it's just waiting on me to have some time to be able to work on it. So all is good. All will come with time, guys. I just super busy. I actually ordered all the parts for the DOD delete on this truck today. So this will be getting done here hopefully in a week. I want to say this will be out of here in like a week-ish. So yeah, stay tuned for some more awesome videos to come, guys. And thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you later. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. And
legalize pot in Wisconsin. I got spoiled.